Deion Branch,
Yeah.
the Super Bowl is this cultural, iconic event.
Yeah.
Perhaps the biggest media event in the world. It was just as big when Deion Branch of Albany, Georgia is there in his second year out of college, out of the
Yeah.
University of Louisville's going with the Patriots. 2 straight trips. Every year at this time, do you look back on those days and your chances to be a part of this? And,
Yeah.
and what do you remember most about the Super Bowl?
Oh, every year this time, trust me. From the game standpoint, from the financial standpoint, having the opportunity to go back and make a couple coins, going back and just celebrating with some of my past teammates, some of my peers, just having the opportunity to just be around the guys in the atmosphere. The most memorable thing is as far as probably winning that first Super Bowl. Having the opportunity to see all the hard work that we all put in leading up to it, from the off season, mini camp, training camp, preseason, regular season, postseason, and then you get to have the opportunity to grace the field for the Super Bowl. And like you said, the biggest game of all. I know we talk about the World Cup and we know what that means to the masses, but the Super Bowl is everything to us, just as players. You follow me? Having an opportunity, and not more so for myself. It was primarily more so for my family and my friends. That's what I love the most about it. All my family, all my friends have the opportunity just to kind of just say, oh man, I know this guy. This is my cousin. That's my brother. For my mom and my dad and my grandparents, that's my son. That's my grandson. Me just carrying out the mission for my family, and just enjoying it, having my family and my friends there. For the ones that couldn't make it, they were able to watch the game and everything. The most important thing, winning the game. You got to win. You have to win the game. There's no point of just showing up and just being a part of all this stuff. And on top of it, as players, you don't have the opportunity to engage in all the activities around the Super Bowl. It's just strictly business. The week of, strictly business. You have the opportunity to spend a little time with family and friends. A couple of those late days outside of practice that the coaches give you, but other than that, it's all about that one particular game, Sunday at 6 p.m. and taking advantage of it, and hopefully about 10 p.m. you'll be hoisting that trophy.
Now, you took the Super Bowl in just like all the rest of us do for most of your life. You're watching it on TV and you're seeing all that hype around it.
Yeah.
Give people an idea of what it's like in that week when you're a part of it.
Yeah.
You're there, you get there, and
Yeah.
here you are.
I think most of the work is done primarily back at your primary location. So just say, for instance, you have the AFC Championship game, and then you got the Super Bowl 2 weeks later. That first week is the most important week. This is where you kind of grind out, get all your work in. Then, you board and get on the planes probably that following week, maybe on a Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Sunday. Now, the thing about it, the Super Bowl week, you're thinking, oh, yeah, it's going to be all this stuff. Yes, most teams, we have all this media stuff. So what happens is probably Monday, Tuesday, there's a lot of media stuff that, trust me, old school coaches dislike. Coach Belichick hate. We're focused on the game, but, you have obligations in which you have to actually go to those press conferences, do the media role, all that mess. So Monday, Tuesday, we get that stuff in, and then now it's back to regular work week. You want to make sure that your guys are playing the game at a high level. So there's all of the hitting and all that stuff is behind. Everything is pretty much like a walkthrough. It's all mental now. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be just a traditional work week, but it's no pass, no nothing. It's all mental preparation. Saturday, regular night. Sunday, game day. The downside to it is the day is so long. You have to be super patient. You have to be locked in, and you're so mentally drained by the time the game gets there from all the overhaul of the workload. But the fun part is playing the game, Sunday at 6 p.m. So that's your traditional week. The first week is just all work, work, work. Second week is the early part of it is all media. And then the latter part of the week is primarily mental work and then the game.
Only 2 men have caught more passes in a Super Bowl game than Deion Branch.
Who was that? I don't even know.
I mean, you had the
Jerry?
record. No, you had the record with Jerry, and now a couple guys have
Okay.
broken it since then. So
You
that's
serious?
it. There you go.
Man, that's what's up.
But you win the most valuable player of the
Correct.
Super Bowl. How's that change your life? How does it? I mean, you're part of that lore now in
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yes,
what does
sir.
that mean to you and your family?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a tremendous honor. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I love it just to be so much respect and goes out to the guys that came before myself and the guys that's after me. You know, it means a lot to myself. It means a lot to my teammates. Outside of those guys, it wouldn't be no Deion Branch. It wouldn't be a Super Bowl MVP. All the love and respect goes to my teammates, to all my coaches. These guys put me in position to make the plays throughout the course of that game, to make the plays for my team. That's everything to me. I care less about all the other stuff. I think overall, playing the game, you know, like I said, you play to win. And anytime a team wins the game, ideally, the quarterback is going to win the award. You know, I have an amazing picture. I'll try to post it one of these days, where you can kind of see me sitting on a bench, not the Deion with the dreads, the Deion with the fade, you know, and I'm just sitting there praying. I'm praying to win the game, and I open my eyes, and there's like 8, 9 guys standing around me with suits on. And so I'll never forget this day. It was like myself, David Patton, God bless my brother, he passed about 2 years ago. David Givens, Daniel Graham, Troy Brown, all of us sitting on the bench, and we're kind of looking at the defense, praying that these guys hold them. And then one of the guys tapped me on my shoulder, was like, hey, if you win the game, you're the MVP. And like, I promise you, like, I think it was way more joy from my teammates than myself. You kind of get what I'm saying? Because we all know that Tom Brady is going to win this award if we win the game. But it's such a tremendous honor just to be named amongst those guys, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Now that you've been a part of all of that,
Yeah.
when the time rolls around these days, how do you look back at the game? Do you appreciate those days more? I know you have a different view of the game and appreciation that everybody else does for what it's
Yeah.
become and what it means.
Yeah.
How do you view it?
Oh, as I viewed it when I played, I think the biggest thing for myself is I think all the way back to my Little League days when I was playing the little Pop Warner ball. And in middle school, I didn't have the opportunity. I couldn't play with my middle school. My high school coach told me I was too small. And then when I got to high school, he was throwing me every pass. The same guy that you didn't allow to play in middle school, but I'm the guy for you in high school, which I love. I talk about him. I beat him down with that all the time. Having the opportunity to have all these great coaches, to be amongst a bunch of great players. I surrounded myself with a bunch of great players, all my peers and everything, at my junior college, and also coming to U of L. You know, didn't have an opportunity to play for the greatest head coach ever, Coach Belichick. I think about all of those things. It's like the process. And this is what I talk to these young men now about, just understanding and trusting the process, that all these things are going to work out how it's supposed to if you do what you're supposed to do. Me personally, like I said, I'm just a vessel. I enjoyed the run. Now me having the opportunity to look back, I get to pour into these young men, and hopefully they can go out and do the same thing.
Deion Branch, you're part of Super Bowl history. Thank you for
Yes,
taking some time to sit down with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.